Would you kill for sobriety? I mean, how far would you go for you to become sober? That is a high level or a deep level, whatever way you want to view a type of question. Would you kill? I'm just talking about like a little ant or something, of course. Would you kill for sobriety? What's these extreme type of questions? How far would you go for sobriety? Would you move country for sobriety? Would you abandon your family? Don't mind, maybe your family abandoning you all of those years ago, if they did, God forbid. Would you abandon them? Would you abandon your friend group? If they, which again, likelihood is that they're not going to change. The friend group probably still going to use, at least some people in the group are still going to use. Some people won't, that's fact, they always won't. But how far would you go for your sobriety is basically the whole point. How far would you go? Would you kill? Would you change country? Would you change friend group? Would you change family? However you would do that. Would you do those things so that you would become sober? Well, I call these fundamental questions. Fundamental questions is, there's a lad's holiday coming up next week. Can you say you're not going? Because if last week you reached out for help and you've got a holiday in 3 weeks' time, it is not only a certainty that you are going to use, not only a certainty. And let's not put that voice in the back of the mind that goes, no, but maybe this time will be different. No, I'll just, you know what, I'm going to go with a plan this time. This plan is that I'm going to drink from I'm going to go home at 10, ridiculous. I mean, what a thought. Come on. Not only is it that, not only are you going to go use, but how far and when are you going to get to a place where you can say, you know what, actually, this is not healthy for me. This is not, that shouldn't be happening. That won't happen. I don't care if you've sank $5,000 into the holiday going to Las Vegas. That's how much commitment it takes for you to get out of this stratosphere. Yeah, you don't see an airplane going into space. It doesn't have enough energy, doesn't have enough fuel. You see a rocket. Yeah, you need a rocket. You need that type of energy getting out of this atmosphere, this world of addiction. You need to get out of this world with a massive rocket and a massive energy, and you need to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes is like maybe a bit too big of a grandiose statement, but whatever it takes is the philosophy. You need a commitment. Commitment is not this weekend, or I want to be sober this weekend. It's not commitment. Commitment is, I want to be sober up until the day I'm dead. That's commitment. I don't care what it takes. That's what I'm going to do. That's commitment. I want to be on my stepbed and say, I'm actually proud of myself that I didn't go back using. That's what I want to be proud for, on my deathbed. Yeah. So what are you willing to do for your recovery journey? Are you willing to completely change your friend group? Are you willing to completely change your family? However you could do that. Are you willing to completely change your job? Are you willing to change location? Are you willing to change your habits, and not just like, all right, I'm scrolling and then I'm just not doing anything on the weekend, to, all right, I'm walking on the weekend and that's it. I mean, like, drastically change your life. Get new purposes, get new meanings, get new highs. And I'm not talking about changing drug, obviously. I'm talking about, cold water exposures. It's a similar peak to cocaine, but cocaine lasts 45 minutes, give or take, and then you've got the cold water that lasts multiple hours. It's changing of habits for new highs. How far are you willing to go for commitment, for recovery? Are you willing to go to all the rehab facilities? Are you willing to read all of the articles? Are you willing to go all of the psychologists? Are you willing to have multiple phone calls with people? Are you willing to go through all of the steps if you're going to AA and ACA? Are you willing to go through all of the calls with the sponsors if you have them and you get them? Are you willing to literally message people in recovery and talk? Are you willing to go to groups, new groups that people are in, like Sober Side Quest on Instagram, fantastic group that I'm in? Are you willing to go to massive change? Are you willing? And the answer has to be yes, 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 yes. I'll do what it takes. I'll read every single article on addiction if it needs to be. There might be 18 million articles, and you still need to say yes. That's how much commitment I have. I told you need a lot of energy to get out of this. You need a lot of energy to get out of this world, aka addiction world. It's not just like, you know what, I'm gonna keep Bill and Bob because they're my best friends. I know them since childhood. Bill and Bob, like, they're just the best. I know they use Gary, but like, they're just great. I don't think addiction cares if they're great. Addiction doesn't care if you're white, black, rich, poor, male, female. It doesn't care. They're addictive. They're ruining. They're just like anchors on you, pulling you down, holding you down. Are you willing to sacrifice your best friend? I mean, that's just, wow. Can you do it? Because that's maybe how much it takes for you. And I'm not saying that you genuinely have to do all of these. Like, there is friend groups out there. Let's say there's 10 in your friend group. 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them use. There's always people that don't use. And you can genuinely join the people that don't use. But because you've got a history of past addiction, you're always going to have different cues, thoughts, philosophies, beliefs. Right? You're always going to have like a little bit of a temptation, a little bit of a, come on, one time. You're very, very more risky, more susceptible to relapsing than those people that have never tried, never tested. What would be great is that you have 10 friends. If 6 of them use, 4 of them have used, but now they're sober like 5 years, 10 years. Now you've got a playbook. Now you can learn off them. Now you can talk with them. Now you can chat with them. Now you can be on the same page with them. Because you've used, they've used, now you're on the same page. You know, at least you have an understanding. So it's not like you have to do all of what I've said. But the point is, where's your philosophy? Where's your mindset? Where's your head at? You can't change your family. You can change how much time you spend with them. You can't change your friends. That's a decision you need to make. You can't change your habits. That's the decision you need to make. You can start reading, researching articles, rehabs, facilities, XYZ. You can do those things. Maybe you need to start doing them. Right? How deep, how bad do you want it? And are you willing to put in those reps, just like in the gym, to get out of it? The massive reps, months of reps you need to start doing, months. But I can promise you, you'll get out if you do months of reps. So have a blessed upcoming period of time. If you want a playbook, get meditating, get journaling, get exercising, get researching around your addiction, get researching why you have your addiction, why you can't stop your addiction, how to stop your addiction, what habits you should take, what goals you should set, what actions, what exercise you start doing, what new standards you're going to create for yourself, what new habits you want to build into yourself, what new identity you want to start creating, what is identity, get into a place of researching articles, all of those things. Join the school community that I have. There's a few extra videos specialized that you can download, or just not download, you can watch on School Community. Check out the podcast, which has different episodes to the YouTube here. And with that being said, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. On this beautiful, blessed day, I'm Gary. I go by Gary the Expert, and you can get out of this. Stay strong and keep going. See ya. Bye-bye.